What's up, everybody? It's your boy Grim OSRS here, and yes, everyone, it is time to talk about what actually makes you a old school RuneScape veteran versus a regular RuneScape player. Now, before I jump into the video, I just want to clarify that I do not proclaim myself as a old school RuneScape veteran. I do see myself as someone who is in between a regular player and someone who is a veteran, just because I've been in the game for a long time. I think I started around like 2002 or something like that. That's when we called Old School RuneScape 2. And honestly, everybody, I will admit, I still have a lot to learn myself, so that's why I don't really consider myself a veteran. But anyways, one thing I will say this, what makes yourself a veteran is that on how passionate you are compared to somebody who is not. I know a lot of people who are just regular players like to make goals for themselves and try to grind it out. But what an actual veteran would do would actually go above and beyond, trying to max out their proficiency in getting to their next goals, and then they even plan out multiple goals. And one thing I can actually tell you guys is what I know, that what makes you a veteran player is the fact that when you are fighting a boss, you don't only know the mechanics, you study the mechanics through and through. You are thorough with your research. You don't just go on the wiki like a normal player. You actually go on and find multiple guys, and if you are dying, it's okay. You end up just keep continuing to die until you eventually get it. For example, I struggled with CG. I kept on dying over and over. It took me like about a month until I finally got it, but I never gave up. I actually ended up getting my Bofa and my Salad Blade on my Iron. But that just goes to show on how much of a learning curve veteran players have over regular players, because I feel like eventually a regular player will give up and quit the game. But even for like example, like a veteran player would actually keep going through the burnout, even though they may feel burned out here and there, but they continue on going. And I got to give it props to all of those veterans who continue playing the game. And even if you are a veteran a very long time ago, like myself, that does count, because I know that people say like people don't actually take breaks, they just take long breaks and eventually will find themselves back into the game like I did. And another thing I can say, that I feel like you deserve to be called a veteran when you have lived through the wilderness update where they took it away, when you lived through the real world trading issues when they tried to take away free trade, and when they brought in the Grand Exchange. If you have lived through all these updates, and I will say this, you are considered a veteran. Now, there's different variations of veterans. In my opinion, you can have experience from raiding, you can have experience through skilling. There's all different types of meaning behind the word veteran, and that's what I'm trying to kind of discuss with you guys. Just because you may be a veteran in like fishing, you may not be a veteran in something like Slayer, but you can just be a veteran in anything as long as you put your mind to it. But in general speaking, what this video is about, for example, I feel like there's more skill involved in over someone that's been playing the game for a very long time. Like me personally, I have been a skiller my entire life up until a few years ago, and when I finally started getting a grasp on PVM content. And I will admit, if you really, really know the game that well, I really consider you a veteran, even if you've been only playing for like a few months. But if you are a quick learner, and you actually know endgame content, then yeah, I wholeheartedly would call you a veteran as well. So with that being said, everybody, I would also like to know what you guys consider yourselves as a veteran as well in the comments down below. I'm kind of curious of your backstory. Where have you guys started? When did you guys feel like you would be able to call yourselves veterans? Me personally, guys, like I said, I don't really consider myself a veteran, more like an in-between type of gamer. But also, I will have to say this as well, what also makes you a veteran, if you can actually lock in on a certain experience in the game. Say if you are going into the wilderness and you keep on dying over and over and over, like many people, like example, look at Odablock, for example, on how he is just dying over and over in his early years, and now that he become one of the top PKers in existence and known to man. Guys, it just takes a lot of practice and a lot of planning, and just instead of logging out and you just say logged in, that also makes you a veteran. That's on how often you play the game as well. Guys, there are many different directions on being a veteran at Old School RuneScape, and I hope you guys can actually pick apart who is a veteran and who is not. Also, I feel like playing with your friends for a long period of time can turn you into a veteran as well. But bottom line is, everybody, that is the whole idea and the whole discussion I wanted to kind of talk about what actually makes you a veteran. And if you guys have any other ideas and thoughts what a veteran should be or should not be, I'm kind of curious to know as well. This is also going to be like a community video where I want to get you guys' own ideas, and hopefully you guys will respond to them as well. But with that being said, everyone, another thing is that would really stand out as a veteran, just due to the sheer passion you have for the game, because I really feel like people who have passion over getting over a boring grind, like I'm in the middle of crafting grind, I'm only at 85 crafting, but if you were a real one, you would actually grind out all of your crafting on an iron. And speaking of irons, I feel like if you have played multiple different types of accounts, like hardcore, iron, main, peers, even ultimate Iron Man, if you played all these different types of accounts modes, I really truly believe that also makes you a veteran as well. But there's so many avenues, guys, that would really qualify to be called a veteran at the game. And it's just a really cool and unique concept of a veteran in the game of Old School RuneScape, because let's face the facts, guys. A veteran in the Old School RuneScape has been around, because honestly, let's be honest here, RuneScape has been around for almost 2 decades, and I know some people are still playing from the start of RuneScape up until now, and I would even consider those being veterans as well. But with that being said, everybody, this does conclude the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any more RuneScape related content ideas, feel free to let me know in the comments down below as well. But yes, everybody, with that being said, do you guys consider yourself a old school RuneScape veteran? With that being said, everybody, this is your boy Grim OSRS, and also make sure to hit the subscribe button, as well as it does help the channel grow. Also, keep in mind, I do stream over on kick.com/Grim OSRS every single day as well.